we have returned. Almost a year and a half later. Hey! So this video is long overdue. What? I have a hair in my mouth. This journal is back! Surprise! I didn't quit. It's just been a while. I want to continue, I want to finish, I want to do a flip through so you guys can see all the pages. For any of you who are new here, I have an entire Wreck This Journal series. If you want to check out all the other episodes, you don't have to start from the beginning, but I will put them all in the description box below and in the iCard up in the corner. Today I'm going to be working on 3 different pages, so be sure to stay tuned till the very end to see what shenanigans we get into today. So without further ado, let's get on into wrecking this journal, aka kind of making the pages pretty, but doing things. Yay! Let's do this. In this episode, I'm starting with the page that took me the least amount of time out of the 3. This one, as you can see, it is tear strips, rip it up. That is the prompt. And I started with this elephant illustration doodle sketch on the left-hand side, and it is spraying water. It was my original idea, not that like an elephant spraying water out of its trunk is an original drawing idea, but I had in mind to do a wish jar with a rainbow coming out and then flowing to the other page. That's an idea that I saw on someone's Instagram, and I was going to credit them, but last minute I decided to try to give you guys a different idea. Since I'm putting this content out in a video, I have, you know, a lot of eyes on this video, hopefully. I don't want you guys to have the same idea that you can find on someone's Instagram page necessarily. Not saying that no one has done this elephant for the tear strips rip it up page, but I tried my best to add kind of a fresh idea to the Wreck This Journal world, just in case no one has done this before with this particular prompt. I used a black Micron pen to do the outlining, in case you're wondering. I went in with an eraser and erased all the pencil lines after that ink was dry, and it does dry pretty quickly, so it wasn't a long process. After that, I am using some Tombow brush pens or markers, and I'm trying to do kind of a textured drawing style with these. The thing about drawing with markers is you're going to get some sort of pattern whether you want it or not. Unless I'm just not skilled enough to get a seamless color on here. But it is an elephant and elephants are wrinkly. I tried to do a little bit of shading where the shadows on the elephant would be. Here we are on the rainbow water. I was trying to do the elephant noise. Anyway, ignore me. So I started out with pink. I'm doing a pastel rainbow and orange, yellow, green, blue, purple. I'm sure you guys didn't need that commentary, but I don't know what to say here. I'm just coloring it in. La-di-da. Then I'm continuing that pattern on the other page. Now for a tiny bit of ASMR ripping. I hope you guys are proud of me for actually wrecking the Wreck This Journal. Usually I try to be all cutesy, which this is cute, but I actually ripped it instead of just taking my scissors and cutting and making it perfect, and it didn't bother me. It made me feel really good. I just wanted this side to be very simple. I thought about adding a pattern over there, like over the colors. Yeah, I think that simplicity sometimes is enough. There is a such thing as overdoing it, and I just didn't think pattern was necessary. So we're gonna leave it like this, let the ripping uneven edges be the emphasis for this side, and that's it. I'm happy with this one. Let's move on to the second prompt. For this one, I'm going to squirt liquid here, and it says try using your mouth, so I will. If you want me to continue and finish the entire book, every single page, please give this video a thumbs up and leave a comment below. With me here, I have some cherries. I am going to squirt liquid from my mouth. I don't know how squirty this is going to be, so here goes. Wow. Oh, cold. Hold on. I'm gonna spit the pit. Okay. I don't even want to do this. You guys are gonna be so good. That was so gross. Ew. Something really cool about cherry juice. I don't know if this is true for all cherries because there are different species of cherries, different types. The juice from the cherry at first looks a lot more warm-toned purpley than it does when it dries, and then it turns more to like a cool tone. And yeah, I don't know, that's just really interesting to me. Maybe I should do a little bit more. Yay, science. I don't know how to explain this phenomenon, but if any of you guys are more educated in the area than I, then please explain and enlighten us. So I'm gonna take a wild guess and assume that the majority of you do not want to see me spit more Take 57. Assume that the majority of you do not want to see me squirt more liquid from my mouth onto a book page. So let's move on to turning these cherry stains into some sort of artistic design. Yeah, side note, this is super pigmented and would make really great watercolor. Anyway, I promised some artwork, so we're doing that now. I am going back in with my Micron pens. I did use these for the elephant, not sponsored. I've been using these for years, but they're always so easily accessible in my work area, so I knew where they were at the moment. I'm doing Doodles Zentangle elements. This is a very abstract design. There's no real rhyme or reason to it. I didn't want to make really huge areas of pattern so it doesn't overpower the purple cherry blobs. The cherry spit, I just want the cherry spit to be the main focal point. But I think that I accomplished the balance pretty well, so those dark half circles, the solid black ones, didn't stand out over the purple. I feel like so many art pieces on YouTube, especially Instagram as well, just social media, everything has to be colorful to be amazing or just like ooh, ah, and that doesn't have to be the case. Black and white drawings, like charcoal drawings, can be amazing. Grayscale, monochromatic pieces. I don't find colorful artwork personally to be more interesting all the time than something like this, and vice versa. I have many preferences, and I personally like to try many different styles, so it's fun to do things that aren't as colorful. I mean, you can see my wall behind me. It's very, 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 very colorful, but I am actually the type of person who really gravitates toward black and white designs. A lot of times people associate really colorful room decor with young people and think that it's immature if adults use said things. I think that we can have a mix. It's okay. On the right hand side of the page, I tried to make kind of like explosion, you know, when you see the word POW written in a cartoon or a comic, it kind of looks like this. That's what I was going for. And then I tried to carry the design over to the corner a little bit to have some more unity in this drawing. And then I decided that the page just looked too blank, so I added a bunch of gray lines with a marker, and I feel like this really tied everything together. But there is still one more step, and that is to write in a quote, or rather a song lyric. And it's honestly not a song that I have on my playlist. It's not one that I listen to a lot, but a few years back I did watch the movie The Runaways, and it was about the band. I am so in love with 70s and 80s music, but I'm more familiar with Joan Jett's songs when she moved on from the Runaways. The spits were so perfectly placed. It was meant to be. I couldn't have planned this any better, even though I had no idea what I was doing when I spit the juice. Okay, enough with the word spit. We're gonna move on to the third and final page of this episode. For this one, it is sleep with the journal and then describe the experience here. You know it's serious when I get out my ruler. Measuring takes a while, but I wanted the little character to be as perfect as possible. In my last video, before I posted it, I asked what I should draw in that video. I got some responses on Twitter, and there is this one that I couldn't get to, so I carried it over to this. For those of you who are not familiar with the video game series Animal Crossing, This is Celeste the owl, and she is in the game that I play called Animal Crossing New Horizons. And I want to thank Zoe for suggesting this. I really had no idea what to put on this page, and I feel like this is so fitting for my life right now. If you guys want to visit Zoe's island, by the way, I'll put her Twitter link in the description box below along with her Dream Island code, and you guys can go see her island. It is much more put together than mine, so I recommend it highly. I really put my heart into this one because I could not let the Animal Crossing fandom down. I had to make it look as realistic, well, not realistic because it's a cartoon, but I had to make her look as accurate to the amiibo and to the video game as possible. By the way, for those of you interested in getting some of the same supplies that I have, I will link my Amazon storefront in the description box below. I just got around to finally finishing this, so all my art supplies that I use in every video, my craft kits that I've used, everything that's available on Amazon, I'm gonna put in the storefront. I have most of it there already, but all the stuff I'm using in Wreck This Journal plus Wreck This Journal, all that is there. And if you do purchase using my link, I get a small percentage, but it doesn't cost you anymore. And I just want to let you guys know that I am saving to renovate the attic in our house. Here's a photo, or a few. That is my biggest dream and goal right now, to turn that into an art studio, and I want to make it a renovation series here on my channel, so any help would be appreciated. My favorite part of her is the bow. You guys know that I love bows, and hers is giant and pink and it's so cute. It was really cool that the colored pencil worked over the marker so I could give her some highlights on her beak and her feet, or her claws, whatever, talons. I was coloring this multiple days. It took, I don't even know how many days. I was doing a lot of other things. I got distracted. I had like chores that I was doing, taking care of the puppy, different things. So, you know, it took forever to get this video out in the first place, but anyway, after she was mostly colored in, I went onto the grass, and this is the same grass pattern that is used in Animal Crossing. I tried my best to kind of match the colors, but I also took creative liberty just to do my own thing. Now for the background, I really wanted to use watercolor paint because coloring in that big of a section with marker, I knew it was inevitable that there would be some sort of texture, and I wanted the sky to be smooth and seamless and just look really soft. But when I tested the watercolor, oh, and I don't want you to see Celeste yet, I realized, and I thought this would happen, but that's why I was testing it, I realized that when the water hits the Crayola marker especially, but any of the water-based markers, it fades the marker. And if I were to do this around the outline of Celeste, then it would all just be very soft and faded, and I wanted a sharp outline around her. So I had to unfortunately scratch the watercolor idea and do colored pencil instead. But this did end up turning out really nicely after using the colorless blender, which is a godsend. I don't know how this works. It's literally magical. I don't understand how it does this, but look at how dull the color is, and then bam, shebang, boom, pure magic. It makes the color so much more bold and vivid. I tried to do a purple blue gradient for this guy so it wasn't just all one color, and I finally went in with some stars, and I used a white Posca paint pen for the outline of these little glimmery stars, and then I did more in the background. And that is it, that's Celeste. I don't know if I'm actually going to fill out the other side of the page. Well, I don't know what I'm gonna do for it. I don't know if I'll do another character over there from the game. If you guys have ideas, let me know in the comment section below. But yeah, this is all I'm doing for now. I don't know what to put there, and I didn't really want to write on it. So those are the 3 pages for today. Let me know which one is your favorite, the elephant, the cherry juice, or Celeste from Animal Crossing. This has been episode 25. If you have not seen the others, please check out the link in the description box and the iCard up in the corner. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye! Bravo.